Hi, this is Micah Sorensen, and this is my presentation for confidentiality training. The training overview is a few slides. First, we will go over the introduction of the training, then the breach in privacy, HIPAA, high-tech, new safeguards, and the conclusion. The purpose of the confidentiality training is to ensure that our employees know and understand the laws that govern the use of patient information, HIPAA and high-tech. A better trained staff means that there will be fewer implications and transparency in the staff's responsibility for their own actions. As we become more aware of and understand our responsibility as clinicians and support staff, we can help each other ensure that breaches in privacy are things of the past. We need to support and look out for one another with increased supervision and education, not to be a nuisance, but to encourage our best behavior. Breach in privacy. Breach in privacy constitutes any information viewed or used for any other reason other than treatment or administrative purposes. Ultimately, we are responsible for any breach that happens in our organization. Preventing such a concern takes working as a team and educating one another. For instance, a supervisor or manager should know what their employees are doing that are on the clock and should set boundaries and checkpoints that help ensure their accountability. A breach in privacy can be avoidable and should be taken very seriously. HIPAA law. A major goal of the privacy rule is to assure that individuals' health information is properly protected while allowing the flow of health information needed to provide and promote high-quality health care and to protect the public's health and well-being. The rule strikes a balance that permits important uses of information while protecting the privacy of people who seek care and healing. Given that the healthcare marketplace is diverse, the rule is designed to be flexible and comprehensive to cover the variety of uses and disclosures that need to be addressed. The laws and regulations implemented by HIPAA are in response to what was once an enormous problem that ravaged the country's healthcare system, with personal information being shared freely among everyone. With the increase in technology and the use of large databases, it is critical that we get a firm hold on privacy breaches to ensure better quality of patient care and trust and respect in our organization. High-tech is the Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act. This act was enacted as part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, was signed into law on February 17, 2009, to promote the adoption and meaningful use of health information technology. Subtitle D of the High-Tech Act addresses the privacy and security concerns associated with electronic transmission of health information, in part through several provisions that strengthen the civil and criminal enforcement of the HIPAA rules. To ensure the proper use of the digital age and the patient records that are now stored with vast amounts of data, it was and is mandatory that there are better additional federal regulation for those things. The ability to utilize EMRs, EHRs, just for example, with the implementation of the ACA, the high-tech laws constantly balance and consider these uses as they become more abundant in their use. New safeguards. When an individual is not on the time clock, the system will not grant them access to patient information. By enabling the information software program to not only grant record access to individuals that are working, there will be an avoidance of many possible breaches. Once patient information has been put into the electronic system, Social Security numbers, addresses, and any patient-sensitive information fields will now be blocked. allowing only administrative staff to view it. Certain fields and patient records are not needed for treatment and should be unavailable to certain staff, which is given. But with the new software technology, this allows this function to be put into place. In conclusion, a breach in patient privacy is a serious crime, and punishment will be enforced in our organization. Each employee must pass the confidentiality training test at the end of this course with a score of 80% or higher, certifying that they know and understand the federal patient privacy laws. Each employee must sign the written agreement that they have read and understand the laws. By going through these scenarios and reading through the material, passing a test, this definitely begins a more thorough ability enacted by this training, and ending it with an exam that's mandatory and signed documentation just ensures that the responsibility that staff will feel will be enhanced. Also, to reiterate, it takes a team to become stronger, and it's evident that a good amount of supervision and educating goes a long way. Let's keep an eye on one another and make our organization the best that it can be. Thank you.